Movies worth watching and watching again. These are movie gems.
Shh, it's starting.
You know, it's a treat to sit down to a great movie. But do you have trouble finding a worthwhile film you can watch with your family and friends? I'm Jay Fulmer, and I'm here to help. Let me recommend The Legend of Tarzan. If you're only going to see one Tarzan movie this year, watch this one. But if you're going to watch two Tarzan movies this year, you could do a lot worse than Legend of Tarzan. My wife and I really enjoyed reading the Edgar Rice Burroughs Tarzan novels, but although a lot of movies have been made based on the material, The King of the Jungle has been mostly confined to mediocre films. Then, in 1999, Disney's Tarzan came out, and it was hands down the best. And maybe because of that, no one has made a Tarzan movie since. The 2013 animated film does not count. Ooh. But in 2016, Legend of Tarzan was released, and even though it didn't get a lot of attention then, I think it deserves some love now. The film begins with a gripping sequence that introduces us to our villain, Leon Rom, who is searching for the famed Jewels of Opar, referenced in the 5th Tarzan book. We learn that it is not a mission for the faint of heart. We are then transported to England, where we meet Tarzan, who has shed his jungle persona to become John Clayton, Earl of Greystoke. The Tarzan story as we know it has already happened, although key portions of it are revealed through flashbacks that dovetail very nicely into the unfolding narrative of the movie. Tarzan had returned to England with Jane and took his late father's name and position in the aristocracy. He has become civilized. But Jane, now his wife, who in this story was raised in Africa, longs to go home. An opportunity presents itself through an American, Dr. George Washington Williams, who's trying to get evidence of the rampant slavery he believes is going on in the Congo. He believes that Belgium, the colonial power that controls the Congo Basin, is exploiting the land's resources and its people. Tarzan's celebrity status would give the venture the international attention it needs to be taken seriously. John Tarzan Clayton finally agrees to go, and the adventure begins. Some might complain that the film takes too long to get going, but this is one of the features I really like about it. I like the romance between a man and his wife, something we don't see often in movies, and I'm grateful we get time to get to know the characters a little. In fact, it is the time spent with characters, rather than unrelenting action set pieces, that is one of the things that makes this film work for me. The director, David Yates, is best known for helming the last 4 Harry Potter movies and understands the importance of developing the relationships so that we'll care about the stakes. And I think he succeeds. The performances are solid. Samuel L. Jackson is sharp and witty and provides some much-needed levity to a fairly serious story.
How are we supposed to catch a train going 40 miles an hour?
Gravity.
Jackson's Dr. Williams acts as our guide into Tarzan's fantastical world. More often than not, his expression reads, "Can you believe what you're seeing?" Because more often than not, we can't. Christopher Waltz is fine as the villain Rom, but Alexander Skarsgård and Margot Robbie are truly the stars. They are a great pair as Tarzan and Jane, and the filmmakers give us plenty of reason to see why they love each other. Jane is capable and compassionate, filled with strength and solid moral conviction. She defends those she loves with the strength of a lioness. Tarzan is everything we'd want in a hero: powerful, skilled, confident, relentless, but with a gentle heart. Djimon Hounsou is formidable and heartbreaking as the tribal chief Mbonga, who wants to put Tarzan under the knife for killing his son. I actually found that story much more interesting than greedy colonialists and would have appreciated more time with that, rather than the oversized battle with Rom and his minions. The visual style of this movie is a mixed bag. Often it is stunningly beautiful. It is at its best when the artful compositions and sculptured lighting are in the service of its stars. Some of the landscapes are also impressive. The production actually built a huge indoor rainforest to film in, and it looks great. The visual design in other scenes can be jaw-droppingly impressive, such as the battle between Tarzan and his ape brother. Are you kidding me? So awesome! But at other times, the use of computer-generated imagery is too obvious. The frames look too manipulated, and the end effect is that it looks like we are in a really good video game. But in a way that kind of works for this movie. Despite a sprinkling of historical details and characters, it's just a fantasy. How else do you explain vines that can swing forever to catch up to a train? So, if you're willing to let this be a storybook adventure, I think the pros far outweigh the cons. The Legend of Tarzan is an unpretentious film that at times bites off more than it can chew, but ultimately feels to me like reading one of Edgar Rice Burroughs' novels. And that was just what I was looking for.
What was that?
Tarzan. Although it sounded different than I thought.
The Legend of Tarzan came out in 2016. It has a runtime of 1 hour and 50 minutes and is rated PG-13. I give this movie 8 gems. Note to parents, considering the rating, you should count on some intense scenes. The only warning I have for families is there's one very disappointingly blue note between Tarzan and Dr. Williams that seems like it was written by a junior high kid, but they included it for a payoff later. It wasn't worth it. Other than that, it's a great adventure for teenagers and adults. Well, what do you think? Would you like to try it out? You can probably find this film at your local library, but you can also watch it through streaming online. Just type your movie title into the search bar and include the word streaming. You'll see results showing where you can rent it, or perhaps it's already on a streaming service you subscribe to. Once you watch it, come on back and tell us what you thought in the comments section. If you're already a fan of the movie, tell us in the comments what you loved about it and encourage others to watch it too. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of new episodes as they come out. See you next time for more Movie Gems.